have so for example, I mean it can be even like easier. So let's check this out. So this is like really I'm just like painting from the scratch. So basically just a sec, I will change a window so you can see. So basically what you do have is I mean I have so many of these ideas. I'm even thinking to get into the game developing myself, but it's also like a little bit different. We can just theory craft everything here, but basically what will happen like finally is that they just choose to do whatever they want. And if even if you are a developer, many of these ideas never make it to the play. But basically, what you can do is to just take like something similar, which is like race to death mines, is that you can do like that every time. I mean, it can be like really difficult to do technically, but you can do like race race to gladiator because the main issue with Gladiator is that you just get boosted, and that's it. There is no hardcore thing or anything. So basically, you will just. I mean, if you are new to the game, you need to pay someone in gold, of course, because that's the only way allowed. So you pay someone in gold to play with you, and you still need to be good to be able to like climb to Gladiator. But yeah, you just pay someone for Gladiator. I mean, it costs quite a lot, to be honest. So basically, you pay someone to get to Gladiator, but it loses its RPG effect. I mean, it's just nothing interesting. But let's imagine for a moment that you are racing to Gladiator. What it means? It means that basically you will get like for example you will queue. The first step is well do this and make it a little bit smaller so it's understandable. So first, what you do, you queue for a race. Second thing, what will happen is that matchmaking will just take people from your like skill ratio, and it will find how many you need. 6 players. So it will like matchmaking will find match making will find 6 people, 6 players. So we do have this 6 players. Then what you do the second thing is that you start, for example, I mean, for it to not be forever, you need to start like at some reasonable point of time. So you basically and put them into 3 groups. So you will just split these into groups for per 3, and you will have 3 people in each group, and these 3 people will be put on island, let's say. So you will be put into the some place. It will be probably like a new server, new zone, which is like layered. So basically, what you will need to do is to get your gear, which will have like several options. So basically, you will need to level. Then you are put into zone, and you need to level in and gear up in 30 minutes, or it can be even hour, 1 hour. I mean, this is just like an idea, but basically you will need to gear up in 30 minutes and 1 hour, and then you will be put into then you are put into arena against enemy team that geared up, and play to them. So basically, I mean, it can be like even different. It can be that you are playing for a little bit more. It can be 2 hours or something like that. But basically, what will happen is that you are trying to prepare. I mean, it can be even different. For example, this is like really for just coordinated groups. But if let's just imagine that you are playing alone, so you queue for the race, and time is elapsed. Then you are put into zone, and you need to level and gear up in. Yeah, it's just new character on some like particular level. It can be level 60, so you need to level to 70 and gear up. You can gear up via professions, you can gear up via like everything. And then you play against into arena against enemy team. So you just queue into arena. Then you queue into arena and you try to win. Basically, what this will do is that you can create this hazard moment that people will be queued into the race. They are not prepared, so they will need to get onto island or zone, which is like layered, and they will need to gear up and level up. They can use like several options, and then they are put into arena. What this will do is basically that you are resetting like this progress. So the part of the arena is not only like this ultimate fight, which goes for 15 minutes, but it's also this preparation for the fight. So you are basically preparing for the fight. So yeah, I mean it can change a lot because it will not be like that you are just I mean people are just capped. So you have no idea how bad the current system is. I mean, you have no idea. This is real bad what we do have because you just play the game to get a conquest, then you get a conquest, and I mean, it's done for the most people. They cannot just play the game like properly. They cannot like improve. They cannot search for strategies. It's just, I mean, most of the time there will be like guides and the stuff anyway, but also carries. But basically, you will be queued into the race. Then you prepare. When you are ready, you queue into arena. So your like time will be like stopped. You queue into arena, and if you win, for example, you can continue. So that can be like for level 4. You win. You continue leveling and gearing. You lose. You need to start again. And basically, I mean, it can end even here, get achievement and rewards. I mean, this is like some hardcore mode for a Race to Gladiator. This is like something I am thinking about that, I mean, we need to put more hazard into the game because currently it's just really about just, I mean, the current system is just really bad because what happens is that people. I will tell you how people play PvP nowadays. Just a sec. So let's finish this stop. So basically we lose and we start again. Or like second option is put back into zone and level. So basically, I mean, you queue for the race with the character. Your character is put without the gear back into the some level, into zone that will help you gear up, get gear via professions or drops from the bosses. I mean, it can like even be like these like realms with people. So you just gear up for the gear up for the gear, group up to get a gear. It's still MMORPG. It can be island with people. I mean, it can be zone with full of people, but you have like separate ways to gain the gear. It can be like different gear, different drops, which can change a lot. There can be like new items, and if anyone has the chance of dropping it, it will also be balanced quite a lot. And the thing is that you can make it hardcore, that you lose the character if you die. You can make it like you get back into island and you just continue your journey. And the first time you are able to, I mean, you need to win. For example, let's say you need to win. For example, I mean, if you get 100 rating, you need like 26 wins, but it's usually like, let's say 50 arenas. So you basically need to win to get Gladiator. Data, leaderboards, leaderboards with result time. So basically you are racing to get the fast Gladiator, or even like title Gladiator, but basically there are leaderboards who did it faster, and you have like some way to interact with the game and game world in the way that will allow you to just enjoy the game. And you will, you know, the difference here is that you are basically playing the game for all the time. So basically you take your PvE character and you decide that you want to do some PvP. So you just queue into this race, and you queue into this race, and then you are put into the zone without the gear, because your PvE gear is useless there, and your skills, and you need to level and keep up. You can also do some like interesting things that you can level via killing other players and the stuff, but it's just like implementation detail. But you are put into the zone and you gear up, then you queue into arena when you think you are ready. So you queue. If you win, you are put back with one win, and you continue gearing and leveling. And I mean, there will be some level cap, so we do not level to forever. But gearing, finding like new ones, exploring the world to get some drops, and then you go again. If you die, you need to start again or are back into the zone. And when you win 50 arenas, you get Gladiator. So basically, this is like a mode. I mean, it can be like really interesting. What do you think, guys? I do think that this can be really interesting. But my character is not getting transferred. It's strange. But this is like what this means. The moment you queue into the race, you start playing immediately. And you start like feeling like these upgrades as well. So you start playing immediately when you queue into arena. If you are hardcore like player and you lose, you will start again. If you are not hardcore, you are just put back and you continue leveling until you are able to defeat somebody. And but if you win, you just continue leveling, get achievements, some rewards, and you need to win 50 arenas to get Gladiator. And there will be leaderboards with like how many times, if it is not hardcore, how many times you died, and how many uh, or how long it took, and how long it took. Basically, this is it. I mean, what this does is that you are playing the game all the time. So basically, the moment you are put into the zone, you just level and gear up. Then you queue for arena. Uh, what? So then you queue into arena. So that's just a little bit of waiting time. Uh, if you win, you continue leveling and gearing. If you lose, you start again or are put back to level and gear up a bit more. When you win 50 arenas, you are Gladiator. And that's pretty much it. So, I mean, this like time for leveling can be different and it can be fast. So it's just enjoyable. This is like copying a concept of MOBAs a bit, because in MOBA, what you do, it's basically RPG as well, because you do level your character and you itemize accordingly what you think is the best for your character, what you need to do. But in MOBA, you are put like you are fighting all the time. So basically, you are just playing the game all the time and you can fight all the time. But here it would be rather like you need to queue into arena. So you just agree with other players that you will just play, and then you just continue your journey to Gladiator. I mean, this does that you will be enjoying every moment of the play. Maybe not so much, because basically what needs to happen is that there will be some like, for example, like uh, there will be need to be some like change. For example, if there is like some player with really high item level because they were leveling for a long time, uh, it's uh, it's a little bit tricky here, but yeah, they will probably destroy you because gear means so much, but it can mean less in this version of the game. And that's like a goal that you do not want gear to mean like everything. It can mean less, but it's still important. You can go naked, but if you go with a little bit more gear, I mean, basically, what needs to happen is that even if you have like gear advantage, you will not be like destroying everyone. You are like it's easily more easy to win and the stuff. But yeah, then you just need to win 50 arenas, and you can queue these players against each other with like no concerns about item level because right now it's just crazy. And current state, how does it look to play PvP right now? Current state is that first you queue into battleground, yeah, and then first you visit auction house and buy combatant gear. So you buy combatant gear. These pieces can be expensive. They're sometimes like I'm selling it myself, to be honest. They sometimes are sold for like 5,000 gold or something like that, one piece. So it can cost you like many gold, but usually around like 20k to get everything or 30k gold. So you get combatant gear. You queue battlegrounds to get honor gear. You are farmed a lot. So basically what's happening is that you visit auction house and buy combatant gear. Then you queue battlegrounds to get honor gear because it's like 10 items level higher. So I mean I'm now talking about how to start. So basically you queue battlegrounds, and then three is then you queue arena and try to push gladiator. If lucky, with same group. If not, with PUGG. So basically, you are pugging to get Gladiator, or if you are lucky, you get the same group. Most of the time, you won't reach the Gladiator with PUGG, so you will need to get like your guys that you are playing with, so it's easier for you to accommodate for each other. But basically, yeah, that's pretty much it. And the issue with this is that there is so low way to basically do something because or play the game, because here you need to buy conquest gear for like 4 weeks, 4 to 5 weeks. So you buy conquest gear for 4 to 5 weeks, and you hope that then you will be able to play arena a bit. I mean, you can definitely play easily with conquest gear, even like later into the season. It's like really easy to push with conquest gear. But basically, yeah, I mean, what's this against this? This means that you queue into the race and you start playing immediately. Only waiting time is for to queue into arena, which if it is like a really popular mode, it can be like really high. If it is not, it will be harder. But if it is not, you just can stop it. I mean, there is nothing to do. I mean, it can even cost gold. It can cost gold. It can even cost gold people to get into this running. They can get like one chance for free, and yeah, one chance. I'm not saying one chance. I mean one character for free. Then it can cost like a little bit of gold to just join the challenge. So it needs to be reasonable amount that everyone can afford without buying token. But still, it can cost gold. So if you want to, you can buy token and get a bit more chances or runs. But basically, what this does, it just separates PvP entirely from what we do have now, and also you have like so much uptime. So basically, you are playing here, you are playing in arena, then you win, lose, you are playing again, and you are playing MMORPG with people, like trying to get good items, trying to get like good things, which is like really good to be honest. And it's not like current state, because current state is just you visit auction house, then you queue battlegrounds, you are getting farm, because unless you have like conquest gear, because people are playing battlegrounds with conquest gear already, so you just are getting farmed. When you get items, you are pretty strong there, but it's like it's just this really funny thing, because you are getting farmed, but as soon as you get items, you are not getting farmed, but you can just play it to farm others. So it's just, but it's not nonsense for you anymore, because you need to queue into arena to push Gladiator. But Race to Gladiator can be much more interesting. I don't know what you guys think. Please let me know in the comments section below if you think this can be interesting and good. I mean, I'm not a game designer, so there are probably a lot of flaws in this like suggestion. But overall, I think that the main thing is to increase playtime. And I can definitely say that many people would enjoy playing more than just acquiring gear. Because for me, it's also like it's really repetitive, because you're just getting into the game, and it takes forever. It takes forever, and you are just you know what you are just playing, and nothing good can come out of this, because you are not playing in good concerns. You just know what will happen. You just know what will happen. I mean, it can be even made like you may make an argument that people don't want to play PvE to play PvP, but it's MMORPG. You need to collect gear, and collecting gear can be as I mean, it can be as well like collecting some ores and stuff, and then just doing gear. It can be like defeating other players as well. But basically, what needs to happen is to I mean, you can, for example, like duel people in this mode. So you would be just dueling people. You are training, basically. You are not killing them, but for every duel you win some currency or something that you then can just turn into the weapon or armor or anything. You can also find like really interesting things in the world. And basically, yeah, you are just playing anew each time. This is like This can be like really fun. But for this to be fun, you need to make it like really rather like different. So for example, like the game needs to have like so many options, which is hard to balance, to be honest, actually. If you have like, for example, for me, it was rather annoying to replay like classic for so many times when I was dying on my hardcore characters. But overall, I think that it's still better. I would still rather do it again than just I mean just pushing the gladiator. So basically finding a group. So the issue is that basically when you hit that honor gear cap, so you get all the honor gear. So then you have like cap on conquest gear that you get like few pieces a week. Like it's 2 pieces probably. So yeah, it's around like 2 pieces per week. So you get 2 pieces of on conquest gear per week. But a big but, you do not play the game anymore. You are just queuing. You're just queuing and queuing and queuing and queuing. If you are lucky, if you are not lucky, you will be just finding and finding and finding a new group or trying to play solo shuffle. But basically, this is like bringing like both genres a bit together. So you do have like MOBA and MMORPG together, which may be interesting, don't you think? I mean, this is really thing that will change it. That can change it. I mean, it can be like a whole different area idea, but the thing is to play more. We just want to play more. We do not want to play less, and we are playing less right now. We are definitely playing less because even when you are farming honor gear, you are just getting farmed, and you are getting passively honor, which is not fun. Imagine if it is like that you need to defeat player with the same gear or like similar item level, which can be like 10 item levels. It will be much more fun. It will be much more fun to try to defeat such player instead of uh, instead of like AFK farming honor because you are just farmed, so you are just dead if you are not lucky with the group. But yeah, I mean, this needs to be solved. I mean, it can be any social interaction with the community and PvP community, and overall just make people more interested in PvP because World of Warcraft is mainly about PvE now. But even PvE is kind of boring, to be honest. I mean, I got into tanking last season a bit, and it's kind of boring. I mean, I hit 20 cap of like doing plus 20s and I've done like 22 if I'm not mistaken max, and I was not pushing more because I know that it is not worth it. You know why? Because each time I queue, it takes 40 minutes to get a group. I get a group. I have like 18 key. We push it plus plus plus, so it's like 21 first. So it's super, it looks good, I'm excited. And then I go into another group which takes 40 minutes and it just wipe fast. And the key is on 20. Then another 40 minutes for just wipe fast and 19. Another 40 minutes to just get 18. And you again push three pluses to 21 and you just repeat it. So your like playing time is really reduced by this. So, but by this, you can even make, if it is not hardcore, you can make it like hardcore or non-hardcore, but you can make it that everyone can reach Gladiator in some reasonable time and effort, which is what you want, basically. I mean, I do not understand when people say that end game content or like really hard content is not for all players. Maybe just my like nubility is talking for me because I'm quite new to the gaming, to be honest. I played for several years already, but it's just I'm not like that kid that was playing like for 15, 17 years or something like most of the players do. But you want to create content for these players. You want to create content for casual players. So if casual player can push Gladiator within some reasonable amount of time and effort. So they still, I mean, even with my proposal, they still would need to learn the game. They still would need to defeat players or bosses. It can be like whatever you choose to do, because this is also like opening so many options. So basically, they need to defeat bosses and or players in duels to get their gear, get their levels, and then they will be playing arenas. And if they win 50 arenas, they will get gladiator title. I mean, isn't it just better? Maybe I'm misunderstanding something, but there can still be like leaderboards, rated arena. It's fine how it is, but the issue with it is that we are just playing for a few weeks. We get conquest. They even need to put cap on conquest. Do you understand what this means? I mean, basically, this means that the game is not interesting. If you have cap on things, it means that it is not interesting, and they know that. They know if they do not put cap, no one would be playing after week one. I mean, if there is no conquest cap, no one would be playing after week one or maybe week two. Because there is a cap, people will play for 5 weeks and they leave afterwards. Isn't it just better to do something that people will play for longer? because they will enjoy it, genuinely just enjoy it. It's just same as hardcore classic. People just repeatedly level the characters. Why? Because they want to make it further. But I mean, in classic hardcore, it's a little bit too hardcore, I would say, for a casual player. It's too hardcore. But normal classic is just a bit boring, in my opinion. It's not like it does not have nice graphics. It does not have like this like really interesting storyline. There is basically no storyline, which is basically good. What I'm hearing from people I'm watching, that they do enjoy the fact that there is no storyline. But mostly, I do think that people are just replaying it. Why? Why they are replaying it? I mean, it's crazy. You have like 60 levels or something. It takes several days to get to level 15, 20. Then you die and you go again. This is just literally crazy. This is literally crazy what they do. So basically, what I am like proposing is something like in combination that you still have your character. You do not need to delete it. It will just be special PvP mode, a special PvP zone, which will help you to farm, gear up, and level up. Even maybe it can be like part of it. And then you queue into arenas. If you win enough arenas, you get Gladiator. Maybe I'm just longing for the Gladiator title, but I mean, I'm not about the title. I never was like interested in these things. I was interested in these things like 3 years ago or 4 years ago. I'm not anymore because I know that people just boost anyway. Boost, people cheat, people do several things, anything to just reach it. And they would probably do the same in Race to Gladiator as well. But basically, Mostly, mostly, this will help you to spend more time playing, which is ultimately better, isn't it? We just want to spend more time playing. So if you need to duel people to get like experience, to get levels, to get also like points to somehow turn it into gear. I mean, I'm not a game designer, but I'm sure they can come up with something interesting. But I mean, they just need to put effort into this. I mean, why they are not putting effort into this? It's just stupid. It's literally stupid, and we are just having some drama in WoW community about how this tier was so easy that Echo had disadvantage over a Liquid or something like that. Oh my! I mean, we are talking about something no one will never play. I mean, there were like 1,000 mythic kills of Russia get. Do we understand what we are talking about? We are talking about uh, the part of the game no casual players will ever play. No one will play it. And everyone should be playing Race to Gladiator. That's my like opinion. Because everyone wants to compete. We want to compete. We are like human beings. We enjoy compete against each other. We are doing it and we like it. That's why games as League of Legends, even like Counter-Strike and the stuff were so popular. Because we like to compete and it's not possible in World of Warcraft. Because you have these caps, like this crazy, like uninteresting thing that's doing it like obnoxious. That's pretty much it. I mean, my character is still not transferred. It's taking forever. Oof. Yeah. So, Blizzard, please listen to at least something. And please make it that we play this game a bit more. Because currently we are not playing it. We are just capping. So we are filling the caps, we fill the caps, and there is no reason to play anymore. I mean, you fill the cap of 950 honor, and you are done for the week. That's how it works. Why? Why we cannot do it like differently? Why we cannot just take and play the game the way we want? It's MMORPG. We enjoy creating characters. We enjoy building characters. That's why we play this game. I mean, I really enjoy building my character. and it's really interesting to learn new characters. But basically, what's happening is that you reach this cap, and it's not interesting anymore because it's just really easy to reach. It's not interesting to reach because there is like no challenge. Ah, it already moved. Super. So there is no challenge. There is no challenge, and you just are stuck. And that's pretty much it. So please let us play the game a bit more. Čo tam, kysička? A čo je to takto? Z čeho to váta vyšlo, no? Wow. Neprečujem. Как ты вообще? Хорошо, хорошо. Разбираю, как должны поменять игру. Okay, so basically, yeah, that's what we get. I mean, everything is better than this. Everything is better than this. I mean, it's usually I'm a software developer. You need to iterate several times to get something better. How much times they iterated on this? How much times? I do not think many times. I don't think they even iterated on this. They are just, is it hard to buy on a gear? Let's put combat on gear so everyone can buy it. People are like struggling to find a group. Let's do solo shuffle. People like healers are not playing solo shuffle. Let's reduce the number of conquests it gives and give it to healers. I mean, if we are still hitting cap, no one will play it. It's literally taking a half an hour to find a match in solo shuffle, which is like favorable like mode of the game for most people. Because yeah, it's MMORPG, but we play it alone. We can make it MMORPG by something like the first proposition. If we do like that, we take the people, we put them into the zone. They need to level, they need to gear up together, they need to duel each other to get like better results. I mean, just it's just reminding me how why we liked this game so much from the beginning. It's just because you are put into vast world and you need to examine it. You need to do whatever you want, and yeah, that's basically it. But the issue with these games is they do not change properly. For example, MOBAs never changed a lot. I mean, current patch in Dota is like extreme in the terms of how much it changes the game. They never done that, but this is good. I mean, people are not satisfied. They will never be satisfied fully. But you need to iterate on things. You need to start doing new things. You need to be bold enough to try new things and just scratch them if they do not work and continue doing it if they do work. That's basically why big companies acquire like startups because they are afraid to do new things on their own. But they still need this innovation. You need to bring innovation into the games because we are playing same games. And as I was talking about this like a few days ago, 2004 game is better than 2023 game. How is it even possible? I mean, computers got like significantly better because nobody is taking care about this like part of game design. You have like this like really huge scale. I'm just trying to understand how my camera works. So you have like this scale, but this is like this design part is not getting attention. They are thinking it works. They are like because they are operating on data. They are operating on data, people's satisfaction, and it can be misleading. And